Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier, and today's guitar lesson is going to be on Josie by Steely Dan. One of my all-time favourite songs. I love the album Asia by Steely Dan. And someone just requested this song the other day, and I was like, got to do a video on that. It's a great song. So I'm going to teach you the whole song apart from the guitar solo. If you want me to do a separate video on that, leave me a comment in the comment section. Maybe I'll work that out for you. But I'm going to teach you all the guitar part up to that guitar solo. So you can play the whole song, just improvise the solo over the top. But just before I do, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press that notification bell so you see when my new videos come out. And I love to hear from you, so please leave me some comments in the comment section, even if it's just to say hi, because it helps the video get some more views. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, keep me doing this, and you want the tabs for this and loads of other songs, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. A link to that is in the description. The guitar I'm using for this video is a Sprier S-400. New guitar that's just come out. I'm going to do a review on it very shortly, but I'll leave a link to the website in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning. Okay, so for the sound, I've got a clean sound. I'm using a chorus pedal. It's actually a Boss Super Chorus, but any chorus pedal will give that kind of sound. Okay, the first line sounds like this. So to play that, first off, first finger on D2, then I'm using my third finger on B3. So they end up ringing together. We then go to a power chord, first finger D4, third finger on G6. And you play both those strings. So far you've got. We then go down to D1 and G3. Power chord into bar 2, and you'll notice the notes in the brackets. We don't play those, they're just held on. We then move our finger up 1 fret, so first finger's D2, third finger is on G4, and we play that. So from the beginning, slowly, you got this. And up speed. To bar 3, and it's the same as bar number 1, but then the next bar changes and we play a B power chord, which is A2 and D4. So we play that and then move up 3 frets to A5 and D7. Okay, so the whole line, you've got this 1, 2, 3, 4. On to the next line, and we've got this. So to play that, bar number 5, you're going to play A7, and then go down to the D string, and you're going to go 7, 6, 5, 4, so all on the D string, so it goes. And then a G4. So A7, D7, D6, D5, D4, and then G4. And you've got this. And then bar 6, you've got this. So the first chord, you can use any finger really, flat across the D, G, and the B strings at the 5th fret. And then we play G3 with the first finger, third finger on B5 and little finger E5. So it goes. Into bar 7, we've got like a D chord, second finger E2, first finger G2, third finger B3. And then the last chord, bit of a stretch, you've got your first finger on E3, little finger on B6, and third finger on the G5. And you play the bottom 3 strings, and that holds into the next bar. So bars 7 and 8, you've got. Okay, so the whole of, bars 5, 6, 7, and 8 go. And then bar 9 is where it starts the funky bit. Got which sounds a bit weird on its own, but when you've got the rest of the track, it makes sense. So it's basically playing an E minor 7, but we only need to play the bottom 3 strings. So you can put your second finger E7, first finger G7, and third finger on B8. So it's almost like a D-shaped chord, but up on frets 7 and 8. And it's rest, and then you go down, up, up, up. And it just keeps repeating that 8 times before the verse starts. But let's try and put the whole of the intro together. Here we go, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. And you would repeat that bar for 8 times. Which takes us to the next line, which is the verse. Now, the first bar is the same as what we played before, that E minor 7. So it's just getting that rest. And it does it for 6 bars. So we've got 6 bars of that. Before it goes on to the next bit, and it goes... Okay, some strange chords. We've got D major 7, which is actually not that strange. First finger barred from the 5th fret on the A string. Second finger on G6. Third finger on D7. Little finger on B7. Playing from the A string downwards. We then go down to this G over C, which is your first finger barred from the A string at the 3rd fret. Second finger G4, third finger on D5. So it goes. We then have D over G, which is your first finger barred from the D string this time at the 5th fret. Third finger G7, little finger on B7. And only play the bottom 4 strings. We then move that down 2 frets to D3 with G5, B5 and E3. First finger just barred on that. So bars 11 and 12, you've got this. Bar number 13, you're going back to that E minor 7. That only repeats twice. It then carries on into bar 14, where we've got this A9, which is first finger on G4, second finger on D5, third finger on B5. Same rhythm, going rest, down, up, up, up. And then we get this, which is a G triad, a D triad, and a C triad. So for the G triad, it looks the same as what we play for the E minor 7. First finger on G7, second finger on E7, and third finger on B8. So that's the G triad. And then we go to this first finger E5, little finger on B7, third finger above it on G7. Then move it down 2 frets to a C triad. E3 with B5 and G5. So you get this. The bass player is actually playing some different notes, so it sounds different to that. So, okay, so hopefully that line makes sense. So the first bar you repeat 6 times, so 6 times around that. You then carry on and play bars 11 and 12, and in bar 13 you play it twice, 2 bars of E minor 7. You then carry on and play the final 2 bars. So the whole of that verse goes 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. to the next line. This is still kind of feels like the verse. We've got one bar of that E minor 7. And then into the next bar, we've got this D over G, which we did play before. First finger barred from the D string at the 5th fret. Third finger on G7, little finger on B7. You then move up 2 frets this time, which will be an E over A. So first finger barred from the D string at the 7th fret. Third finger G9, little finger B9. So the first 2 bars go rest. And then we've got another bar of E minor 7. And then E minor 7, we're going to do a full version of this to a C over F, so bar 19. First finger barred from the 7th fret on the A string. Second finger on B8. Third finger on D9. Play the middle 4 strings. Then move up a fret and move your second finger up a string. So your first finger bars from the A string at the 8th fret. Third finger is on D10. And second finger is on G9. So it goes E minor 7 to C over F. So that line will go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that takes us to the chorus, where we've got some really nice chords. We've got this. Okay, the first chord is like the Hendrix chord, F7 sharp 9. First finger is on the D8, second finger A9, third finger G9, little finger on B10. Middle 4 strings there. We then have a B7 with a sharp 5 or a flat 13. First finger E7, second finger on D7, third finger G8, little finger on B8. You'll mute off the A string so you don't hear that. So you've got F7 sharp 9 to B7 sharp 5, E minor 7, which we played already, and C over F, which we already played. So the first 4 bars go. It then goes back to F sharp 7 sharp 9, B7 sharp 5, E minor 7, but then it goes down to A7 in bar 23. A7, you bar your first finger on the 5th fret, second finger G5, third finger on A7. That then goes to A minor 7, second finger E5, third finger flat across D, G and the B strings at the 5th fret. Again, mute off the A string. That then goes to D9, which is your first finger, D4, second finger A5, third finger flat across the G and the B strings at the 5th fret. So that's D9. And then into bar 25, we've got G major 7, which is your first finger E3, second finger B3, third finger D4, little finger on G4. Mute off the A string. That then goes to C major 7, first finger A3, second finger G4, third finger D5, little finger B5. It then goes back up to an F sharp 7 sharp 9, but instead of playing the whole chord, you're going to play the A string and then the D, G and the B strings. So it goes. And then the last bar would go, which is your first finger flat across the D and the G strings at the 7th fret, and then I'm using my third finger. You could use your second finger on B8 and just play the D, G and the B strings and play that 4 times. Okay, so the whole of that chorus goes. bit tricky because you've got some quite complex chords there. Slowly it would be this. Okay, that then goes on back to the E minor 7 and does it for 4 bars before then going through the verse exactly the way we did, and then this, like the 2 lines of the verse, and then this line of the chorus. And then there's a little interlude part before like the main solo that goes like this. Rest. Okay, so little slidey bits. First finger E9, third finger on B10, and you're going to slide up. First finger slides up 1 fret, and your third finger slides up 2 frets. Okay, so your first finger is going from 9 to 10, third finger goes from 10 to 12. It then slides back down, and then slide down another 2 frets to E7 and B8. So it goes like this, rest. 3, 4, 1. It then does the slide up from the 9 and 10 to the 10 and 12 again. And then goes back to 9 and 10. And then first finger, or any finger really flat, across E17 and B17. Then does that same slide up from the 9 and 10 to the 10 and 12. And then there's a F sharp 7 sharp 9 chord. And then that same chord that we played at the end of the chorus with D7, G7 and B8. So that whole line will go 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That then takes you to the guitar solo where you can just like rip out on like E minor. That then goes back to the chorus, and that keeps. Then it's just like the part to the end of the song, just with some solos over the top. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that guitar lesson. It is quite a tricky little song. Hopefully, it's been useful. If it has, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press that notification bell. And I do love to hear from you. I'd love to know where in the world you're watching this from. I'm making these videos from my home in England, and people are watching all around the world. So let me know what country you come from. Let me know what song I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, you can give me a super thanks on the video. But if you want the tabs for this and loads of other songs, then you can support me on my Patreon page. A link to that is in the description. And like I say, if you want me to do the guitar solo, leave me some comments. If I get enough, then I'll do the solo for you as well. Well, thanks for watching this. I do really appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.